story, appeared a little while ago about Coca-Cola adopting a sort of a diversity class, or what do they call this?
Well, that's what they wanted to do, but
But it turned into something a little more.
Yeah, they turned into something else.
Okay.
What they called it, try to be less white.
Okay.
Um,
Now this is a program started by LinkedIn Education. It's adopted by Coca-Cola, and I guess the intent was to teach white people how not to be oppressive and
well, they wanted to confront racism
by sounding pretty racist.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
if you're, isn't that the definition of racism is?
Yeah.
Defining people by color and then trying to do things opposite of that. Is that?
I mean, I'm sure there are several, but that's
Yeah.
It seems to me that they're focusing on all the negative aspects, which a lot of these attributes that they link with white people, or many people share these attributes.
Yeah.
People are apathetic. People are have solidarity with their own kind, if you want to say it like that. I don't know how this is beneficial for the company, because you try to imagine being a white person in that room. I mean, what are you thinking? Like, you think your company hates you. What am I doing here?
I mean, how do you be less of something?
I don't know.
I mean, how do you do that?
Well, you subtract those characteristics from yourself and become something else.
So what did they describe as? Well, what did they thought it was being white mean?
Oppressive. Being oppressive is white. Being ignorant. Being apathetic. Yeah, there's a lot of negative.
Break with the white solidarity. I mean, how does that happen anyway?
It's unclear.
Yeah, I mean, those type of things applies to any race.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be anybody.
I mean,
and if you're doing those things, you're a pretty horrible person.
If you look at certain, neighborhoods, like you have a Chinatown, or Koreatown, or Little Italy, or what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People congregate with each other. That's solidarity. I mean, should that not be the case? I don't know. So yeah, this was an attempt to combat racism, I suppose, but it seems to have blown up in their faces.
It is. I mean, it's they're trying to saying that be less racist by being racist against other people, against your own people.
Yeah, you're getting mixed messages here, mixed signals. I'm not sure. It was poorly thought out, poorly executed. I understand the intent, but the execution was just horrible. I mean, you just can't single people out like that.
No, I mean, you can't. I mean, it's just, and they also encourage internal whistleblowing on other people, I guess.
Oh.
So if you want your employees to be snitch, I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess.
Hey, snitches get stitches.
And
So,
you'll have a lot of, what do you call it, team.
well, you certainly won't have solidarity. If everyone's snitching on each other, solidarity's gone.
Yeah.
So
There will be a lot of I in team there.
yeah, that's right. Every man for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bad move on Coke's part. Poorly thought out. I can't imagine that could have been any worse.
I mean, you have actually worked against your own customers. I mean,
That's true.
I mean, white people are part of your customer base, and if you're alienating your own customers, I mean, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
As a company anyway, in a capitalistic market.
And so, if we zoom out for a second, we look at the bigger picture, we see that, this takes the oxygen out of the room when you want to talk about other issues like healthcare or wages or education, because now liberals have to answer to these charges, that this is what their agenda is, and so we can't talk about anything else. And this is not beneficial to, the campaign here we're trying to have. So
That's why conservatives love it so much.
I know.
I mean, they get you bogged down into dumb things like that.
Yep. The culture war.
The culture things, and instead of talking about real issues that affect people's lives,
Mm-hmm.
here we are talking about diversity and being less of something that you already are.
And then there it goes. And then we lose momentum,
Yeah.
and we're having to, like reinvent the wheel all over again. So we start from square one. And this is just absurd.
I mean, along the same line, the other day there was an article on CNN saying you cannot assign gender at birth.
Huh.
I mean, how nonsense is that?
It's nonsensical.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it gives people like Ben Shapiro ammunition to attack liberals as at a monolithic group who all think
Yeah.
this way.
I mean, it plays in their hand.
Yeah.
It
Maybe that's the
plays-
goal. Maybe that's the purpose. Slow down any progress.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's hard to say. All I know is that it's detrimental to the cause, and we don't have time to play these games.
I mean, it's just wasted energy, wasted time. I mean, it has no benefit at all.
No.
Either way.
You end up alienating more people by
Yeah.
doing that. They're going to be more resistant to change, or resistant to accepting other cultures or diversity, or what do you want to call it. Because you're going to have a reaction, right?
Yeah.
You're going to react to it negatively, lash out, and there goes all your hopes of progress.
So let's be humble,
Yeah.
as Coca-Cola said.
So there's a list. Be less oppressive, less arrogant, less certain. What does that mean, less certain? Less certain. That applies to anybody. Less defensive, less ignorant, more humble. Listen, believe. What is believe? These are very vague things too.
Yeah, I mean, these are just words.
Break with apathy.
Yeah.
Break with white solidarity. Yeah, that's going to work. Yeah. Drop the ball. Coca-Cola.